Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Scramble Jake's Breakfast Company. ScrambleJakes.com is the website. So many folks fall into the rut of starting their day with some national change just because that's what's always been around. Break the routine, folks. Get farm, fresh, local food, great, unique recipes, breakfast or brunch drinks at Scramble Jake's Breakfast Company in Rocky Hill. It is the local meeting place, and you can book their terrific location and their after-hours menu that comes with it for your holiday party by calling them this week. Give them a call. Great food, great place, and it can be yours for your holiday party. Scramble Jake's Breakfast Company in Rocky Hill. All right, let's welcome in the final two members of today's panel, VFL Daniel Hood and VFL Sterling Hinton. Sterling, how's your voice today?
Feels good, baby. Feel good, ready to go.
Because you were firing it up last night.
And man, a lot of energy goes in making the atmosphere.
That was a tremendous atmosphere. I was prepared to do a segment on just how spectacular it was. The checker kneeling was gorgeous. Kudos to the administration for the light show and the sound system, and I've gotten a lot of comments about what you're doing this year, and I mean good comments. It seems like a few years ago when you were doing it, and they kind of halfway did things, and there was a little bit of blowback from some. Some loved it, some didn't. I'm hearing nothing but universal positives to your upbeat Sterling Hinton vibe, so congratulations.
I appreciate that. It humbles me, man. Thank you.
Fans showed up, packed the house, rattled Matt Corral, I thought, a couple times in the first half.
Yes.
All good. You go toe-to-toe with a top 13 team. There's nothing to hang your head about. This is going to be a win. You got recruits in the building, and then you make national news for first cheering the injury to Matt Corral, but then it goes nuts with 20 minutes of throwing stuff onto the field. We've heard stories here today, people getting, Daniel, you saw a girl get hit in the face.
Truly.
Sterling, somebody's got their truck destroyed over there after the game. What does this do for recruiting? I mean, I had people last night telling me players will love this. It shows passion. And I just wondered, I don't know about players loving it. I'm guessing a lot of mamas and daddies aren't going to love it. But if you are recruits over there last night, you know you got NCAA issues. Tennessee isn't competing for championships yet, so you're having to manufacture something to sell. I thought they did it. Did they blow it?
I think there's mixed emotions amongst the recruits probably. First of all, they saw the intensity of the game and how it unfolded, how things got tight, how we fought our way back into the game, and then for it to come down to a couple of calls that was kind of questionable. So I think recruit-wise, it's probably dependent upon what their emotions was at that moment. It's kind of easy to get wrapped up into what the rest of the crowd has got going on, and then you're watching the game and see it unfold that way.
I don't think anybody probably enjoyed 20 minutes of sitting there.
Well, no, and I think it's even worse if you're on TV and you're not wrapped up in the emotion of the game. If you're watching that from afar and you're a recruit or a family, the mother of the recruit sitting there watching that game, it takes a worse turn, right? You look at it and go, who are these people and what are they doing?
You're hearing the announcers spend 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then you see the highlights of somebody being circled in. And listen, you made a small club, the club where Lane Kiffin outclassed you, right? I mean, that's a small club that he's been known not to be that kind of guy that's easy to do.
It takes a lot to make him the victim.
And that's right, and that's what you did there. And he played it very well, and he came out looking great.
Well, he's able to hold up a golf ball that was thrown at. Daniel, Sterling, you may have different views on this. Does this hurt recruiting, or were you good with it?
Well, first of all, let me be clear. I'm not good with what happened.
You got some beer on you, right?
Yeah, I got sprinkled a little bit, if you will. But that doesn't bother me. I'm from the old school, so that doesn't bother me. But I will say this, as far as recruiting, a lot of things happen for why different recruits come to different schools. Yesterday, if you're at the game, the actual 20-minute delay happened because of what passionate fans thought was a call that was made against them. It has nothing to do against the program, the football team, or the effort the players displayed on that field. That's what you're buying into as a recruit. That's what's going to be your teammates. Those are the coaches that are going to coach you. So as a recruit, yeah, you might say, well, I'd rather not have that. But if you came there with your mind open, wanting to be a part of something special, you saw it yesterday, I thought, without a win.
Daniel, reaction to everything.
Yeah, if I'm a recruit, really the two most important things is, can I play sooner rather than later? And then more importantly is, can I get to the NFL with the coaching staff? And I think yesterday, seeing Cade Mays go down, seeing Whitehead go down, seeing some of the other injuries that happened, how this coaching staff was able to overcome a lot of those injuries gives you a lot of hope as a recruit. Me personally, I see 200 fans throwing things, it wouldn't particularly bother me as a recruit because it's .002 of the fan base that was there.
Is that true? Does everybody think it was just 200 people? I saw somebody in the media tweet that it was 100 people. I think it was more than 100
I went
people.
200 to just say maybe to go over and above, but it's .02. Obviously, nobody's going to endorse it. I feel terrible for that girl that got hit in the face, terrible for the guy's truck. And it's like, we obviously have to be better, but as a recruit, that 002 wouldn't influence my decision on coming to Tennessee or not.
That won't, but if a newspaper goes and gets a picture of a 7-year-old or 8-year-old that got hit in the head with a bottle, and they start splashing that around, and I guarantee you this, ESPN and any of these other media companies are going to be looking and trying to figure out, can we make this story last a little bit longer? That's going to be a great story for them. And let me tell you, that kind of publicity, no matter what, is going to hurt you.
Greg Sankey, SEC commissioner, says he's going to have to put his foot down somehow. Dondi Plowman tweeted out a statement that this is unacceptable last night. Go read the tweets that were in response to her. She's been warned. You don't talk down to this fan base. You next. You're on the list, woman. So we'll see. If people are sitting here expecting me to talk more about this, we got a game to cover. I've spent years talking about all fan bases have a lunatic fringe. I grew up in this one. It's become lunaticier than any other fringe fan base. And if you want to debate that, I can list 25 things that happen here that don't happen anywhere else. And I know that stuff was thrown at an Ole Miss basketball game a few years ago with Tennessee down there. Absolutely. Didn't take 20 minutes. I don't think they ran the cheerleaders off the court from the home team fans. That's just me. I would put a new rule in, though, if I'm Greg Sankey. Let's stop this stuff. Here's my rule. Regardless if it's Tennessee, Kentucky, LSU, wherever, when a game is delayed due to home fans, the school is fined $1 million by the league. You're making tens of millions off TV. Give me $1 million back. Next, every 5 minutes, another 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is assessed against the home team. That would have changed the outlook last night. You had a chance to come back and win that game, and the fans almost blew it for you. Put an unsportsmanlike. There used to be one. I'd throw one every 5 minutes, you get another 15 yards. And the last thing I'd do, if the delay lasts longer than 30 minutes, game's ruled a forfeit. You lose. You've hurt your team. If the people who need to be punished, $1 million, fans don't care. They don't care. Punish the fans. Punish the team. That punishes the fans. And that would stop it. And if you're at LSU the next time this happens and they're throwing stuff at Tennessee fans, you'll be okay with it. This has to stop before somebody gets hurt. It was stupid. It was bad. And it instead of everybody talking about what a cool atmosphere it was and how spectacular it looked and Vol fans showing up, this was your story. Done. I'm finished with it. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Next segment, we're going to talk about the best and worst from last night. Come on back.